I'm LaDonna Burgess, and I don't tell anybody my age because that's just a number, and mine's unlisted. I moved here in 1973 and raised my children here, and it became my Arizona home. I moved here from South Dakota, and I love Willcox because it's rural. There's a livestock auction, there's every kind of farming, high-tech agriculture, greenhouses. The wineries are really important now. I'll always be a country girl. The older population definitely listens to the radio. They listen to KHIL every day. It's real important in a rural area to have a radio station because of all the things that could happen, the fires on all the mountains around. And one time there was a flood and the radio station stayed on and gave us updates. So, but we love the old-time country music. You know, Rex Allen is from Willcox, and Tanya Tucker is from Willcox, and I grew up listening to my dad play the fiddle and my mom play the piano, and it makes me feel like I'm at home.
We're way out here in the middle of nowhere. Willcox has about over 3,000 people living here, but you couldn't tell by driving around town. My name is Mark William Lucky. I'm the general manager of the radio stations. I'm the only one that works here, so I'm responsible for everything from production to on-air quality. When I first got here in 2003, there was maybe 10 people working here. We had a person for every job. It was like you might encounter a radio station in Dallas. My understanding is he had an idea that he could play all of his friends' music. The stations went through several different owners and different bankruptcies. All of a sudden, it was 3 of us working here, and then it whittled down to just me and a general manager. Then in 2008, that's when it all came down to me. I was the only one that was left. I did the original drawing on with colored pencils on paper. My son Tristan and I live here. We moved in to prevent theft. The other reason was so that I could be here to do my job. I work 12, 16 hours a day. So if we lived right here, I could be doing my job and Tristan could be playing his games, playing his video games, and be right here. We never have to be separate. There's radio stations all over the world. What I do is I go a step further and I provide something that they're not going to get anywhere else. I play the B-side. I play stuff that never even got a label. Unsigned music, I'm going to play it all. I haven't been paid since my last paycheck was April 2018, which was $1,000. I've been living off of food stamps, Medicaid, and selling every single thing I own. I don't do well with injustice, and I've dealt with injustice all my life. When I was very young, my mom and dad made me work in a bar. It was a honky-tonk. Crazy Mary's was the name of it in Dallas, Texas. And it had a jukebox in it that was playing all the time. I heard these country western songs all the time about cheating and about lying and about people doing terrible things to each other. One night, I saw this person I knew. He was a bar predator. In the background, sitting in a booth, was a blonde-haired woman. The predator has noticed. And he goes over there, and he settles into the booth with her, and all of a sudden they're laughing, and drinks keep coming. And I watched her suddenly pass out. I watch him pick her up and carry her out of the bar. So I go and I'm frantic. I'm saying, look, we need to do something. And no one would listen to me. About 30 or so minutes later, he carried her back in, and her clothes were all disheveled, and her hair was a mess. Nobody cared. And the whole time that was going on, there was this music, this soundtrack in the background. And I didn't know it at the time. I did not know that this music was drilling into my head. So I get here to KHIL. I decide, okay, I'm gonna take KHIL off of satellite feed. I'm gonna make KHIL broadcast 24/7 out of the studio here. The thing was, for me to do that, I had to face these demons. I didn't realize how powerful these things were. I see images of that woman. I still do. I had no intentions of working in music, none at all. But my brother lived through music. He's one of those people, when he was alive, that animated music. You could see it in his body, in his face, when he was listening to songs that would drive me nuts, like Rock Lobster by the B-52s drives me nuts. And I heard it over and over and over, but he was so happy, and so I saw his happiness, and I was like, I want that. I want it for me. I don't want this darkness, this blackness that I live in. I want that light that he has, and it's through the music. Music is definitely a labyrinth. It tries to kill me. It triggers my PTSD, and it also saves me. The reason I kept going, because one, I believed that good would come of it in the end. One of the things that made me stay was, this is my son's home. This is where he's grown up. What gives me hope is that I believe that I'm a knight, and that there is a Camelot, and that something good will come.